You've had a full conversation with yourself in the last 24 hours. Statistically, you just don't remember most of it. You're alone in a supermarket aisle, narrating your own shopping list out loud like someone's listening. You're driving mid-argument with someone who isn't in the car, and somehow, you're still losing. You drop something and snap, "Why would you do that?" at yourself, like you're two different people, and one of them is disappointed in the other. Here's the question nobody's asked you. What if the version of you that talks isn't the weird one? What if it's the only version anyone's ever actually caught doing what your brain does constantly? Welcome to Cognitive Lab, where we decode the hidden bugs in human psychology. Last video we talked about people who go quiet when overwhelmed. This video, the exact opposite output of the same mechanism. Same brain, different mode. Some of the loudest inner worlds come out loud. First question, is talking to yourself a sign something's wrong? Not at all. And the research is honestly delightful. Psychologist Gary Lupien at Wisconsin found people who said an object's name out loud while searching for it found it significantly faster than people who stayed silent. Keys isn't a quirk. Hearing a word activates its visual image more strongly than just thinking it. Your brain is running a search optimization tool out loud automatically. Self-talk during tasks also improves focus, motor control, and self-control across dozens of studies. So the muttering isn't malfunction. It's a legitimate cognitive tool most people just don't run in public. But here's what should actually bother you. If this is normal, why does almost no one admit to it? Here's where it gets bigger than finding your keys. Your mind runs a constant background narration. Researchers who pinged people randomly throughout the day found inner speech running roughly 1/4 of all waking hours. That's 6 hours a day of a voice in your head, narrating. Think of it like a radio that's always on, volume down low. Most people never turn it up loud enough for anyone to hear. You just occasionally do. That's not a leak in the system. That's the exact same radio, just louder, for a second. So what makes the volume go up? That's the part that connects directly to last week. Remember the people who go quiet when overwhelmed? Same brain. Same job. Manage too much internal load. Here's the twist. Psychologist Lev Vygotsky showed that self-talk never actually disappears as we grow up. It just goes underground, into silent thought. Under real pressure, it comes back up, louder. Because silent thinking alone isn't always enough processing power. So the loudest talkers to themselves and the people who go completely silent? Often the exact same kind of overloaded brain. One shuts the door. One opens it, just to themselves. Which raises an uncomfortable question. Which door are you actually behind? Quick, honest question. When you talk to yourself, are you solving a problem or are you keeping yourself company? Because those are two completely different things wearing the same voice. One version helps you think. Okay, next I need to, that's a tool. The other version replaces someone else thinking with you. Narrating your day like you're telling a friend. Having the argument you wish you'd had, out loud, because no one else was there to have it with. That's not dysfunction either. But it's a signal. Not that something's wrong with you, that some part of you is reaching for contact it isn't currently getting. The talking was never the problem. It's information about what's missing. 3 things. Not to stop doing this, but to use it well. 1. Use it on purpose. Focusing, remembering, pushing through something hard. Say it out loud, deliberately. Instructional self-talk measurably improves performance on complex tasks. Not a coping mechanism. A tool. 2. Notice which kind you're running. Task talk versus narrating your day to an absent audience. Neither is wrong. But the second one is worth asking what it's substituting for. 3. Change the pronoun. Psychologist Ethan Kross found switching from I to your own name. Okay, Sarah, you've got this. Measurably cuts anxiety and improves performance under pressure. Just enough distance to think clearly. Small shift. Real effect. Here's what I want you to take from this. Talking to yourself was never the strange part. Silence was never the default everyone else was hitting and you weren't. Almost every brain narrates constantly, yours just occasionally turns the volume up loud enough for the world to catch it. That's not a leak. That's a tool doing its job, helping you focus, process, and sometimes feel a little less alone in your own head. Next week, we close this cluster with the people both of these patterns often produce, the ones who'd rather be alone altogether. And why, for some of them, that's not avoidance. That's relief. Drop a comment. The weirdest thing you've caught yourself saying out loud. I read every one. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.